Hello and welcome to Indian Chemical Council's 59th Annual ICC Awards, celebrating excellence in various facets of the chemical industry. The event united leaders from across India's chemical industry on a single platform to share their experiences and discuss innovative ideas to address industry challenges. With insightful sessions presented by veterans from academia, industry experts and stalwarts of the chemical sector, the event also provided unparalleled networking and learning opportunities. In this episode, we bring you exclusive highlights from this remarkable gathering.
Since 1964, ICC has been recognizing the best practices of Indian chemical industry by presenting ICC awards in various categories.
The event commenced with a welcome address by Ramya Bharatram, Additional Vice President of the ICC and Managing Director and CFO of Tirumalai Chemicals.
The annual India Chemical Industry Outlook Conference and Exhibition has evolved as the biggest and most sought-after event of the chemical industry in India. ICC's programs and initiatives have multiplied in number and have grown further in quality and relevance, providing our members with valuable resources, networking opportunities, and skill development. Thank you very much.
The event's chief guest, Nivedita Shukla Verma, IAS Secretary of the Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, and Dimitri De Vries, CEO of DSM Firmenich, also addressed the gathering virtually.
Our chemical industry has shown a lot of resilience over the years and has grown at a steady pace. We need to take the momentum forward and do even better. We need more of investments. We need more of research and development of technology. We need to take advantage of the changing global realities. We need to develop new products. And we need to focus on critical product chains and exports. The government, with its whole of government approach, is committed to supporting the industry in every possible way. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Indian Chemical Council for all the good work that they've been doing. Thank you.
At DSM Firmenich, we truly value our relationship with the Indian Chemical Council. The work that the ICC does is crucial in promoting the growth and excellence of the industry in India and across the world. India is really a place of opportunity. As India's economy has grown, we have increased our investment, our collaboration and partnerships here. People, planet, profit, together making progress. The only way forward is the way of sustainability. And we want to help drive continuous improvement in safe chemicals management and achieve excellence in environmental health and security. Thank you all.
Up next, we bring you a glimpse into an insightful fireside chat focused on the future of the chemical industry, exploring how the sector will evolve and adapt in the coming years.
How this AI is going to transform or likely to transform or bring about a change in the way industry either designs, operates, or fabricates.
See, AI is a transformative force. After Industrial Revolution, very frankly, this is going to be the biggest transformer. And it is going to influence everything. So I think AI, I would not be skeptical about it. It has to be used well. What is important, I use generative AI myself. And I have seen the weakness of AI also. So it is not man versus machine, it is man and machine.
Man and machine.
What I have seen when I use generative AI, I need to come in there. So it is like a co-pilot, but you are the main pilot. But I would appeal to all the leaders of chemical industry, please do look at it seriously, all right? And because it's not just the speed, the cost, the competitiveness is all going to depend on that.
Dr. Mashelkar, you've seen the transformation which has happened in the industry, transformation which is happening in the industry. So what is your advice for the next 50 years?
I'm extremely optimistic about India. To me, the word exponential is critical because it requires exponential thinking, risk-taking, daring, believing in oneself. That's the first part I would like to say. Pole vaulting leadership, exponential thinking is extremely important. Then there are some first principles. that are going to rule our future. I think one is 3Ds, that is digitalization, decentralization, and decarbonization. Believe in yourself. India's problem is not budget deficit, it is trust deficit. And last one, I like to see an institution like ICT. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Dr. Mashelkar.
Now let's hear from industry leaders sharing their take on the chemical industry.
We don't have enough chemical zones in India, so we do need land which is kept aside for this and all the infrastructure that comes with it. I think the connectivity, possibly even rail connectivity to these places, ports which we can have close by, all these are imperative to making India a global hub for the chemical industry.
If we have to reduce the dependency on China, we first need to do learning a lot from China itself. I find that in China, and what we should be doing in India, is that the entire value chain is planned like a blueprint where the upstream, midstream, downstream are all put together, and a lot of them are connected by pipelines to each other.
Today, as the world is looking to de-risk China's supply chain and look for alternates, I think India has a great opportunity to support the Indian ecosystem itself, but at the same time Europe and North America also, as we see gigafactories really blossoming over there. And we see a lot other companies starting to enter this space, but it's important to scale up and commercialize in the next 3 to 4 years to really cater to the massive demand that is going to come to India in the next 5 years.
Indian chemical industry had been a global outlier in terms of creating value for the shareholders and also growing demand. What needs to be done in the volatile market like this, I think the most important thing is to focus on innovation, both on application and new molecule. For that, actually collaboration with academics here and also institutes are very important.
We are now more than 80 years old, so we are one of the oldest chemical companies of India. And right from the word go, we have always believed that there is a purpose for a company beyond only making profits. So you have to be also of service to the society, environment, nation, etc. So our practices have always borne in mind how can we be sustainable, how can we do things in a sustainable manner.
For meeting the capital requirements, India has signed strategic partnership with North America and all with GCC, where over $100 billion worth of capital investment is in the pipeline. This will provide tremendous amount of opportunity for Indian chemical industry particularly to really look at and expand its manufacturing base of variety of specialty chemicals, be it agro, be it pharma, be it healthcare, you name it. It's really that across the Indian chemical industry can look forward to some phenomenal opportunities for growth going forward as India doubles its economy over the next 4 to 5 years.
The Indian chemical industry is seeing very rapid transformation in the factors influencing it. While there is a great demand coming from the increasing Indian economy itself, the developed nations in Europe and US are heavily depending on India for their requirements. At the same time, there is an increase in demands like sustainability, cybersecurity and safety. This is also increasing. And in order to meet all 5 effectively, there is no choice but to adopt the Industry 4.0 and the digitalization technologies.
Research and development is a big topic globally. In India, our strength remains more on D rather than the R. The other part that I'd like to comment on is AI. Today you have plenty of tools and free of cost as well, which is available to all enterprises, small and big. To utilize these to come up with new reagents.
The imperatives of competitiveness as far as the specialty chemical industry is concerned is one, of course, innovation, where we need to be continuously innovating to respond to the changing, dynamic consumer needs across the world. Number 2 is how we are consistent in our delivery of both quality as well as service to these customers who are spread across the globe. Lastly, of course, when we talk about competitiveness, we need to continuously build scale to ensure that we are globally competitive for all these customers at all points of time.
In recent years, most countries have implemented so-called REACH-like regulations. The key distinction between REACH-like regulation and the legacy regulation is that legacy regulations used to focus on identified hazard chemicals, whereas the REACH-like regulation covers all chemicals irrespective of their hazard nature. One of the key aspects of these regulation is that no data, no market. That means if the company does not provide the data, they are not allowed to sell that product into that market. It's also important that India too considers implementing of a regulation of a similar type.
There is no doubt that there is a huge opportunity for growth in the chemical industry. But most important question is how to realize that growth. If I look at what the industry needs to do, I think the primary side here relates to process innovation, product innovation, and most importantly application innovation. Then if you look at what the government can do, I think mainly it involves policy framework. The other area is infrastructure.
I think with the growing ambition of India and growing ambition of Indian companies with Viksit Bharat with us, I think time has come for Indian companies to look beyond and serve the global markets. In this regard, I think we need to look at more at green chemistry, more at sustainable chemistry, deeply at talent development and skill development, and work with government to put a framework which will enable that ease of doing business in India is further enhanced.
A large number of industries in India are operated, run and owned by former graduates of the institute which I had privilege to serve. Chemical industry has seen extraordinary achievements through entrepreneurship. There is no doubt the opportunities today in India are far, far greater than even in US. Chemical industry is growing in a big way. Question is how you seize it. Talent is retained for two reasons, the growth and the opportunities.
As we look to India's transition to 2070 net zero, the chemical sector will play a very, very crucial role. There are many factors and strategies that will play a critical role in this journey. First is the shift to renewable energy. Another area that I can think of is manufacturing efficiencies, process efficiencies. The other adoption that is also happening is in the space of green hydrogen. And the other element that one is also considering is electrification of certain processes. Last but not the least, government policies and support from government in the adoption of renewable energy will also lay the roadmap or the pathway to reach net zero by 2070. And I'm sure the chemical sector will play a very, very important role in this.
More than 500 industry leaders, academic experts, innovators and policymakers came together to honor the outstanding achievements of companies and individuals across multiple categories, all of whom have significantly shaped India's chemical industry. A key highlight of the event was the presentation of the Lifetime Achievement Award to Deepak C. Mehta, Chairman and Managing Director of Deepak Group, in recognition of his exceptional contributions to the chemical sector.
Friends, it's a great honor to be here, and I'm really touched on this occasion. I have always felt that I wish I could have been in UDCT, but I think I was always the Eklavya, except I could still keep my thumb. So thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thanks a lot.
Additionally, U. Shekhar, promoter and non-executive director of Galaxy Surfactants Limited, was honoured with the ICC DM Trivedi Lifetime Achievement Award for his remarkable leadership in the sector.
It's a privilege for me to accept this award on behalf of all the members of Galaxy. The majority of the members have been involved as guardians of quality and service. That has brought consistency in terms of whatever we have delivered to our customers over the last 43 years. Thank you, ICC, for this honor. Thank you very much.
At the event, in the presence of Vikram Handa, Managing Director of Epsilon Carbon, the ICC Epsilon Carbon Certificate of Merit was presented to the companies recognized as the best compliant under the Responsible Care Codes. Up next, we have guest of honor, Professor Aniruddha B. Pandit, Vice Chancellor, Institute of Chemical Technology, taking center stage.
This particular event, which we gather every year to celebrate, has a special meaning in the Indian chemical industry, simply because it allows you to participate and share their exploits, which are recognized and awarded. And I am very much thankful to ICC for giving me the honor of being guest of honor. Thank you very much.
Next, a plenary lecture titled Why Envy China? Let's Introspect was delivered by Padma Bhushan Professor J.B. Joshi, Chancellor of the Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai.
The Chinese products are only 10 to 15% less in cost. So what we need to surmount is this 10 to 15%. Our solutions to the problem may not be exactly identical to those used by China. Let us understand what is happening in the reactor, that is insight. That insight will tell us about the innovations that we need to do and therefore implement them, and there will be 50% reduction in capital cost, 50% reduction in operating cost. And therefore, we will be able to reduce the total product by 10 to 15%, and that is, if we introspect properly, we need not worry about China. Thank you so much.
At the event, various sessions were conducted, during which award-winning companies showcased their achievements.
Welcome to our first session today. I'd like to welcome all my panelists as well.
The first session, chaired by Vikram Handa, Managing Director of Epsilon Carbon Private Limited, featured presentations from Gujarat State Fertilizers and Chemicals Limited, Lancis India Private Limited and Goodrich Maritime Private Limited.
I'm very happy to chair the ICC Alkylamines Professor M.M. Sharma Award for Excellence in Process Design and Engineering.
Session 2, chaired by Ramya Bharatram, Additional Vice President ICC and Managing Director and CFO Tirumalai Chemicals Limited, featured a presentation from Reliance Industries Limited. In Session 3, presentations were delivered by Bayer Vapi Private Limited from Vapi and Cabot Sanmar Limited from Metho Dam, Tamil Nadu, in the presence of the Chairperson Ravi Goenka, Executive Chairman of Lakshmi Organics Industries.
I think we all in the chemical industry realize that health and safety in our industry is the most critical aspect because it involves managing hazardous substances and ensuring the safety of workers, environment, and the community. Implementing strict safety protocols, training, and proper equipment is essential to prevent accidents and health risks.
Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited of Kochi Refinery, Cetex Petrochemicals Limited of Manali and Ultramarine and Pigments Limited of Ranipet delivered their presentations in Session 4, which was chaired by Suresh Ramachandran, Country Head and Managing Director, Arkema India.
When we grow chemicals in India, we will grow the right way, managing the environment and still grow. I think that would be a key to sustainability as well.
It's people, finding the right people, nurturing them, growing them, and making them feel part of a family is, I think, the most important skill you must have.
Session 5, chaired by Sameer Somaya, Chairman and Managing Director, Godavari Biorefineries Limited, featured a presentation from Godrej Industries Limited Chemical Division. In the last session, presentations were done by Reliance Industries of Jamnagar, Manufacturing Division, DTA Refinery, and Ultramarine and Pigments Limited of Ranipet, in the presence of Chairperson Deepak Jain, CEO and Managing Director, Jubilant Ingravia Limited.
Our industry is the second biggest user of energy. More than 5% of country's energy requirement are used by our industry. And hence, it's an imperative on all of us to not just use it wisely, but use it in a way that it creates minimal impact on the environment.
As the event progressed, attendees heard a valedictory address by Bimal Gokuldas, immediate past president of the ICC and managing director and CEO of DMCC Specialty Chemicals.
We are all at ICC and the office bearers, we are all aware of the tremendous effort it takes to first do the work, then present the work, apply for the award. But thanks a lot and congratulations to all the winners, but also to all the participants. And look forward to receiving more and more award applications in coming years and to making this a grander event. Thank you.
The gathering also witnessed a pivotal leadership transition within the ICC as Bimal Gokuldas, immediate past president of the ICC, officially handed over the presidency to Kartik Bharatram, who is a joint managing director of SRF Limited.
It is a profound honor and privilege to address you today as the incoming president of our distinguished organization, ICC. I extend my thanks to all members for placing their trust in me and for your steadfast dedication to advancing and enhancing our industry. We need to keep innovating, embracing sustainable methods, and establishing India as a leading global manufacturing hub in the chemical industry. Thank you so much.
The event concluded with a vote of thanks by D. Sothi Selvam, Director General ICC.
As we conclude this event, I wish to remind us all that this celebration of excellence does not end here. It is a reminder that the Indian chemical industry stands tall because of individuals like you who work tirelessly and contribute to the growth. Let's continue to foster innovation, support each other, and lead with vision and responsibility. Thank you. Thanks one and all.
Now let's hear from industry leaders sharing their thoughts and perspectives on the chemical industry.
Chemical has a good future. Indian large population, the purchasing power of the people is it's going in a very large way. So when that being the case, if government supports, private comes forward, private, public, the participation, if it takes place, if feedstock is made available, this can be made very successful like any other countries in the world.
India has a very vibrant economy. The chemical sector itself has grown quite significantly in India. There are a few ideas that we could think of, starting with more integrated chemical parks, better availability of primary raw material, faster environmental permitting. We also need to think about how the government could incentivize sustainable and low carbon intensive modes of production. And finally, it would be good if we could have faster free trade agreement signings so that India could become a global center for chemical production.
The government has good intentions to do things, but sometimes the permissions which are needed for reusing the material or recycling the material, or when you want to dispose of something, it has to pass through many tests, and approvals basically. Certain approvals can be given fast by the government, and if it is done so, things can improve and
lot of recycling of chemicals can take place.
For me especially, research and innovation are very close to my heart. In India these days, it has become increasingly important for a multitude of reasons. For example, I would say as India progresses and goes down the value chain, making more and more complicated products in say agrochemicals, pharmaceuticals, dyes, and whichever area, as we go down the chain, the complexity increases and calls for more research and innovation. Another area is the cost competitiveness. India is quite blessed with a lot of scientific talent, and we can leverage on that with the increasing research opportunities.
India has potential due to its economic growth, strong industrial base, as well as emphasis on the environment and sustainability. To support this, I can say the market demand, government initiatives, research and innovations, along with solid global supply chain. These are the backbone to support and enhance sustainable chemicals in India.
Chemicals play a significant role in our daily life and economy. We have a huge opportunity in this sector. We have a large surface area, long coastline, and sizable pool of skilled people. All this should help us in becoming the global leader in chemicals.